Hello and good evening. Hope you're doing well out there. It is time for the next chapter in our Neverwinter Nights playthrough. The last time we finished the host tower of Luskan, and that led us somewhere in the north where we are trying to locate the words of power. These mystical words that the Cult of the Eye are searching for. We're trying to get our hands on them before the cult does. Oh, and a big shocker for those who don't know the game. Last time it was revealed that Erebeth, not only had she gone missing, she has actually, in her rage and grief over her dear love being executed, she has fallen as a paladin, become a black god, and has agreed to lead the enemy army. So, he is now one of our greatest enemies.
This has become something of a habit, has it not? Once more, Neverwinter is threatened, and once more you are called upon to save us all. Yet this time you will be reporting directly to me. With Erebeth's defection, Lord Nasher has elevated me from the role of spy master to that of his right hand.
No game on screen? What? It's there in my preview. Let me just check. No, when I go check the page myself. Oh, it just froze on your end. Okay. You had me worried there for a second. Let's get back into things. To clear, continue.
You are back. Have you something to report?
Oh, because it was paused.
You are back. Have you something to report?
Can we go over my mission one more time? Because it kind of glitched out.
Luskan armies are marching against Neverwinter with Erebeth at their head, ravaging the land as they pass and leaving only destruction in their wake. Perhaps even more troubling are the reports of orcs and some of the Uthgard tribes joining Erebeth and the Luskan army to pillage and plunder.
I can't believe Erebeth betrayed Neverwinter.
Perhaps had we been more observant, Erebeth's betrayal would not have been such a surprise. She was never the same after Fenthic's execution. She abandoned us. But part of me wonders if we did not first turn our backs on her suffering. But hindsight serves no purpose now. Erebeth has vowed revenge against Neverwinter. The pain of her loss makes her blind to anything else. It is up to us to see she does not get the revenge she seeks.
Is there no one who will come to the defense of Neverwinter?
The Lord's Alliance has come to our aid. Without them, our plague-weakened city would already have come under siege. And several of the Uthgard stand with us. The Red Tiger and Black Lion tribes have made camp with us here at Biaruna's Well, and Uthgard Holy Site. But Erebeth and the Luskan army are best left to the generals in the field. You have a much more important mission.
What is my mission?
It has not been easy to gather information on Magram's cult, but we know they are frantically searching for the ancient artifacts known as the Words of Power.
Yes, you know that because I told you that.
Though we do not yet know what these words are, or why Magram desires them, we know there are at least 3 of these artifacts. We must not let them fall into the hands of the cult.
Actually, we already know that there are 4 of these artifacts, and the cult already possesses 1. Aaron Gend, you should really pay attention when I tell you things.
You must find these ancient words before Magram does. If you do not, then I fear any victory by the Lord's Alliance will prove meaningless.
Any idea where I should be looking for the Words of Power?
There are reports of Magram's followers searching throughout the land. The hills and mountains to the north, the forests to the west, even the sprawling farmlands to the south. I wish I had more guidance for you. Perhaps you can learn more from Lillian Cambridge, an expert on ancient artifacts who claims to have some knowledge of the words of
Now
power.
there's a lead.
Lillian has promised to offer whatever help she can to any of my agents in this matter. You could probably find her in the tavern in the southeast corner of the camp. I know this may seem an impossible task, but I can think of no other person I would rather have undertaking this mission than you.
What should I do once I find these words of power?
If you find one of the words, bring it back to me here. My underground network will transport it to the safety of Lord Nasher's castle.
Alright. Where could I get some supplies?
This camp has been set up to serve as a base for both the war effort and those searching for the words of power. In the various buildings, you will find whatever type of store you require. I wish you luck in your mission. The very survival of Neverwinter may depend on it.
Alright, so time to get ourselves a follower. And again, traps are so prevalent and locked doors are so prevalent in this that I feel like I have to go with Tommy Undergallows. And this is why it's annoying that I can only have one follower, because I really feel locked into Tommy.
Nice to see you again. That cheerful Gen fellow brought you here too, huh? Looking for some words of power or something, hmm?
Tommy is a king, though. Flesh Kraken, you are absolutely right. He is amazing. But I like some of the others as well, to the point where I'm seriously considering that when I play through Undrentide and Shadows of the Underdark, that I play a rogue myself to free myself up to have a non-rogue follower. It's good to see you again, Tommy. I was gonna take a long hike and look around for my old friend Sammy. I bet he's around here somewhere. But somehow I knew we'd bump into each other again. Well, to make the story short, I kinda was caught doing something I shouldn't when I was somewhere I shouldn't have been. So Mr. Gen said I had to come and help here, or else. Typical. Hey, Aurelia. We're going to have him bash doors. Yeah, but that doesn't really deal with traps. Like, I've encountered traps in this game that do, like, literally 100 damage. I figured you'd be here too, milady, with you being a great hero and all that. But you didn't have to come like I did either. Do you know anything about the words of power, Tommy? Me? Heck no. You might want to trot off to the Coldwood and check it out, though. Oh, why? Well, there's always tales of strange things out in those woods. I passed through more than a month back and I remember some ruins off the path. My guide said it belongs to some wealthy maid who locked herself away in there long ago, that she used to collect a lot of strange things, so who knows? Old acquaintance of mine in that area too, name's Vash. I wouldn't trust him further than I could throw him, which ain't far, but he knows Coldwood well. Cooking and cleaning on in the background. Alright, Aurelia. Sounds like some sensible adulting. I would be honored to have you join up with me again, Tommy. Okie dokie, milady. I'm gonna talk to the other possible followers. Just for the purpose... Just for the purpose of seeing if they know anything.
I bid you welcome. I have heard many tales of your exploits in Neverwinter and Luskan. You are truly a person of great honor.
I know I'm great, what can I say? You have no lack of confidence, I see, yet I suppose you are justified in your arrogance. What I've heard, your deeds go far beyond the scope of mere duty. I only hope my own fame is one day as widely spread as yours, Thalandra Oakenharp. I am Dalen Red Tiger, a noble warrior of the Uthgard Red Tiger tribe. No doubt you are here on the same mission. Aaron Gend has assigned me and my fellow mercenaries to find the words of power. So you're working for Aaron Gend? Yes, he has hired on dozens of mercenaries to aid him in this cause. We are to scour the north for the words of power before they fall into enemy hands. Though I am an Uthgard warrior, born in the wild, I have lived in Neverwinter for nearly a year, and the city is dear to my heart. I will do everything within my power to defend her walls. Have you heard any rumors as to where the words could be? I've heard nothing of these words, though recent events concerning the Uthgard Elk tribe might be worth investigating. How so? The Elk tribe has allied itself with the Luskan forces. As incredible as it sounds, they have attacked Fort Ilkard and the settlers' farms to the south. I am of the Red Tiger tribe, but there are values and beliefs common to all the Uthgard people. We are warriors and hunters, not bloodthirsty savages. The Uthgard are a people of honor. I believe some evil force is at work, a dark taint that has polluted the noble spirit of the Elk tribe. There can be no other explanation for their actions. Alright. So to the south, we will be fighting Elk tribe Uthgard.
Greetings to you. Forgive me for being so bold, but you are the one being called the Champion of Neverwinter, aren't you?
Yes, I am Thalandra Oakenhop. How did you know? My hypothesis was based upon your manner of dress and physical appearance combined with the descriptions of the bards singing the praises of Neverwinter's greatest hero. Your deeds have earned you quite the reputation, Thalandra. It is only logical that you should expect strangers to recognize you now. Yeah, he's definitely a gnome. I guess fame is the price I pay for being a living legend. Now I see why they praise your deeds and not your modesty, Thalandra, though I suppose you have earned the right to brag. My name is Bodynock Glinkle, a sorcerer from the island of Lantern. I must admit I am not surprised to see you here. Given your previous record of service, it was only logical to conclude that you would be among those recruited by Neverwinter spy masters to aid in this cause. Oh, so you're working for Aaron Gend. Aaron has hired on dozens of mercenaries to aid him in this cause. I came to Neverwinter to chronicle and study the Wailing Death, and I've been following events quite closely ever since. Love the Elk tribe. I don't really know anything about the Elk tribe. I talked to their emissary in the Luskan Tower, but I don't remember anything else about them. New Rime of the Frostmaiden stuff they put out for Icewind Dale? I've never played Icewind Dale. As far as actual D&D RPGs go, I've played Eye of the Beholder 2 and this. Dale Barbarian Tribe. I see. Being of a curious and analytical mind, I have to admit the deepening mystery of the Wailing Death and who is ultimately behind it to be quite intriguing. I believe that recovering the words of power will provide us with the answers we seek. That is why I agreed to help Aaron Gend in this quest. Well, have you heard any rumors as to where the words could be? I doubt I can help you there, Thalandra. All I know of this area is limited to the accounts of Lanternese explorers dealing with the hills north of Biruna's Well. All right, tell me of these reports. As you know, the love of exploration and the thrill of discovery are traits shared by all the people of Lantern. Whenever one of our people visits a foreign land, they make an account of all they experience. These accounts are added to the great library of Lantern so that all our people can be enlightened. A few years ago, a gnome named Perigo Wanderlust returned to my island with his account of the region. The majority of this time was spent exploring the hills to the north of Biruna's Well, secretly observing the habits and activities of the giants who make their home there. Featured pretty big in the original Dris Durden trilogy. I haven't read that. Postman tabletop adventure. Ooh, cool. Cool. I haven't. I generally, when I do D&D, I make my own adventures and my own setting, so I don't really play official modules at all. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just not my jam. And I say, giants? Oh yes, we have no giants on Lantern, so my people are fascinated by them. Perigo's research is the most detailed account we've had to date of these remarkable creatures. The subjects he was studying, hill giants were the exact species if I remember correctly, had actually chosen a king from among their number, and this king had united several bands of giants into a single powerful tribe. Oh boy, if Luskan manages to recruit those, that could mean trouble. They had even constructed a great steading to house the king, and from there they raided the lands to the south. Until Herigo's research, we assumed hill giants to be incapable of such high-level organization. Most of Herigo's research was of a scientific nature: diet, mating habits, activity cycles, habitat, and territory range. Academically compelling, but hardly useful in your mission, I'm afraid. I would love to see those giants before I leave the north, Alandra, though I know my own wants must be set aside until after the words of power are found. Right? Interesting. How most people do it. Don't even like Forgotten Realms. No. Me neither. It's so full of great and powerful heroes that I feel like you basically have to chop half the setting off, otherwise your player characters are automatically overshadowed by better heroes. Unless, of course, you just start them at level 20. I don't know, I feel it's oversaturated as the setting goes.
I know you. I know of your deeds. I know how many thousands of people hail you as a hero. And I know how many more have died screaming at your feet.
I know, I'm great. What can I say?
You have the mark of death upon you, Thalandra. The scent of slaughter is thick around you. I have no doubt brutal destruction follows closely in your wake. My name is Grimgnaw, a monk of the Order of the Long Death. Like you, I serve the Silent Master, spreading pain and suffering and death throughout the north. The trail of corpses behind me cannot measure up to the thousands you have slain, but I am no stranger to death. Perhaps that is why Aaron Gend is so eager to have me on his side.
You're working for Gend?
Yes, Aaron has hired dozens of mercenaries to aid him in this cause. Truth be told, though, I would have come to serve one side or the other in any case. A war is brewing over these words of power. Slaughter and death will engulf the north, and as a monk of the Long Death, I must be at the center of the carnage.
Have you heard any rumors as to where the words could be?
I've not heard anything of these words, Thalandra, though I once lived with my clan in the mountains to the north.
Oh, you used to live in this region.
Long ago, my dwarf clan dwelt in the Dragon Mountains, though when Bruenor Battlehammer reclaimed Mithril Hall, we left to join the others of our kind who flocked to his banner. All night, great worms could often be... At night, great worms could often be seen soaring over the moonlit skies. There were many legends of the hordes these winged serpents guarded, and many rumors of the mighty artifacts that could be found within. I do not specifically recall mention of the words of power, but I can only assume such a powerful item would likely be found in a dragon's lair. If you wish, I will gladly join with you to seek out these words of power. I have no doubt our partnership would result in a scourge of death throughout the land.
Okay, goodbye, creepy man with giant eyebrows.
Farewell. If you seek a partner to revel in the bloodshed you must inevitably unleash, you can always find me here. Together I am certain we can reap a mighty harvest for the Silent Lord, and hand him a bounty of souls to feed his ever-hungry maw.
First of all, nope. Second of all, also nope. Alright, 2 to go. Inu Lanera.
Hello there. The bards sing of your exploits in the taverns these days. It's a thrill to finally meet you.
Well, I should hope that they finally noticed a true hero. Well, I guess humility isn't something they'll praise in songs about you. Still, you have accomplished great deeds and saved many lives. My name is Lino Lanerl, an elven cleric of Sahanin Moonbow. I believe you are here on the same mission Aaron Gend hired all the mercenaries for, to find the words of power. So you're working for Aaron Gend? Yes, there are many mercenaries here hired to aid him in this cause. We seek the words of power throughout the north to stop them from falling into the enemy's hands. Good, don't be a narc. Nah, he's creepy. Maybe if I were playing a different character, but my chaotic good cleric of Corellon Lorethian is not going to team up with a death-focused super creeper. I've been working in Neverwinter to save those stricken with the plague. It was a grim and endless task, and I will do everything in my power to save all people from suffering any more. Alright, have you heard any rumors as to where the words could be? I don't know where they would be, although I would think that such magic would most likely be associated with the ancient times. That leads me to think about some ruins far to the south of here. Oh, what about them? I've read lately of ruins that contain traces of ancient cultures whose knowledge of magic ran deeper than any living today. I am an elf of Everesca, a land where studying the mysteries is more than a path. It is the highest calling.
The ruins to the south call to me, as if they hide a knowledge that is imperative to us all. Wegu, lawful evil cleric of Asmodeus every time. You know, fun fact, I'm playing Pathfinder Kingmaker off-stream, just for myself, and I'm actually playing lawful evil there and having fun with it so far. Generic D&D setting, you would say you are level 4, but for 4th edition you would be level 1. So, Fleshkraken, it sounds like you've played through Kingmaker before. I have just made it to the, I think it's the Elk Shrine or something. It's some kind of shrine to the stag god, Italis. I haven't entered it yet, but I've just gotten there in the first chapter. That's how far I am. So I'm still very much in the early going. I'm not doing any of the actual Kingmaker stuff yet. Gotta get back. Got interrupted by something's launch. What's WOTR? Continue the conversation here. I suppose that it may just be my own heritage, driving me to study something as old and unusual as these ruins are reputed to be. But it might be even more than that. Okay, thank you. You didn't have much use to say. Wrath of the Righteous, the second Pathfinder game. Oh! Hadn't heard of that. Honestly, I am a big fan of Neverwinter Nights. And I almost feel a little bad for saying this, but to me it kind of feels like, one, Pathfinder Kingmaker is a love letter to Neverwinter Nights, and two, Pathfinder Kingmaker is a better Neverwinter Nights. Big improvements in tons of ways, but the story's more like epic cosmology stuff. That's okay. I like the more grounded stuff personally, but I don't hate the other stuff. Righteous even better than Kingmaker. Cool. So expect both of those to show up on the channel at some point. Sharwin.
Greetings. You're the hero, correct? I've heard much about you. Savior of Neverwinter, hero who routed the cult, all of that if it's true. Is it true?
I know, I'm great. What can I say? Well, have it your way then. I'm fortunate, perhaps my fame will one day be... If I'm fortunate, perhaps one day my fame will be as great as yours already appears to be. I'm Sharwin, a bard brought here for no doubt the same purpose as you, to find these strange words of power. I actually thought she was going to be like a ranger or something with the bow. For the grounded stuff too, which they'd add all the WTR movements to Kingmaker. That would be amazing. Opportunity fighting going on over it. Aw, that's a shame. Sorry, because almost all the new classes work better for Kingmaker's vibe. I'm playing... I don't play Pathfinder outside of Kingmaker. I have very little experience with it. So I am playing a class that's completely new to me. The Magus, which is like, oh, I have a sword, but I also cast spells. Hoo-ha! And I made a mistake when making my character, so I picked a two-handed weapon because I was playing as an elf, and I thought the elven curved blade sounded really cool. But one of the major features of the Magus is something called spell combat, which is where you dual-wield magic and blade, so you can attack at the same time with a spell in one hand and your sword in the other. And I can't do that because I'm using a two-handed weapon. It still works pretty well, but I am basically missing out on that one feature. All right, let's continue the conversation here. So you're working for Aaron Gend? Yes, of course. All us adventurers are here to scour the north for these words. So far we've met with no success, though I hope to change that. I'm no great fighter, but I have skills and magic, and I'll do what I can to help, as you have. Have you heard any rumors as to where the words could be? No, nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. I find that strange, too. I know considerable lore, that yet neither I nor any of the tomes I've researched mention them. I have an idea of where to look, however. Okay, where? South of Fort Ilkard, there's supposed to be some ancient ruins, older than any settlement in the Northlands by far, so the tales say. It was supposedly once the home of a creator race that predates even the elves, if you can imagine that. Oh yeah, I've met those and killed them. I've never heard of anyone returning from it though, so it could be anything. The magic power in the area is supposed to be incredible. There are stone monoliths which are too dangerous even to approach, which would give me even more reason to believe these words may be there. Alright. But we are sticking with Tommy for our follower to deal with traps and locks. A couple of bookshelves containing books, but I have to check them because sometimes, you know, there might be scrolls. I really like the overworld travel in Kingmaker. Traveling around the map, exploring, random encounters may happen. It has a very anything goes, anything can happen kind of feel. It feels very much like an adventure. I think they did that really well. Pulled that up very well. Alright, let's get the map up. Chat bigger. Oh, drinking house, mercenary enclave. Mercenary enclave is what I just came out of, right? Yes. Mercenary enclave is what I just... No, we're against Lodge. Mercenary enclave is a separate thing. Temple of Tyr. Many-starred cloak enclave. Trading post. Druid Grove. And an Uthgard settlement. Down towards Ilcard. It goes up towards Cold. Okay. Thing really hooked you for Kingmaker is how it's timed. You really need to pick your choices. World isn't just waiting around you. Yes. I feel a little ping, a little tinge of stress every time I stop to rest. Because it's like, oh, you have to get this done within 3 months, or else you lose. And I usually don't like being on a timer, but I feel like for the structure of the game, it actually works pretty well. I think I'm gonna keep playing Kingmaker off stream, but I also think once I'm completely done with Neverwinter Nights, and probably Neverwinter Nights 2, I'm probably going to end up doing a second playthrough of Kingmaker on stream. The funny thing is, I tried Kingmaker once before and I quit it because I wasn't really enjoying it. But this second time around, it's just, it's really clicking. There's Lillian Cambridge, who I was told to check out, so we will check her out. Let's check out some others as well.
'Tis a pleasure to speak with you.
Right, I have my weapons out. Sorry about that.
'Tis a pleasure to speak with you.
Greetings.
I know we need all the help we can get, but I don't trust them Uthgard up on the plateau. Wow, racist much. Who's this? Lodar.
Well met.
Look, don't bother me right now. I got a lot on my mind, what with this trial and all. What trial? One of them Uthgard killed Griff, stabbed him right in the gut. I saw the whole thing, so now I got to testify Nurik over at the temple is setting the whole thing up. I don't want to be rude, but this trial's got me kind of worked up. I don't much feel like talking right now. Go talk to Nurik if you want to know more. Well, that's completely fair. I won't bother you. Oh, who's he over here skulking in the corner? Just a commoner. He doesn't look like a commoner. He looks, you know, pretty fancy.
Hello.
I know the paladin Erebeth betrayed us all, but I still have faith in you holy types, Thelandra. After all, you saved us from the Wailing Death. Damn straight I did. Sick for over 3 weeks. Kinda, yeah. It kinda slips pretty easily. I know that feeling. Barkeep!
I greet you, my child.
Get you a drink, madam. We've got a fine selection of beverages if you're interested. Yeah, I'll have a drink. What are you selling? Fair enough. Selling anything else at all? No. That's fair, he's a barkeep. Why would he be selling magic weapons? Hey, barkeep, wouldn't you like to buy some magic scrolls that you're never gonna have any use for? Vampire can fuck right off. Unidentified. Hello. Leaving?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Have a nice meeting. Just what the barkeep needs for his bar. Random magic items and jewelry. Roller for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Get that old blend thing in that too. Oh, cool! I mean, why would they get rid of it? It's amazing. One of the best features of the game. So yeah, I can definitely understand keeping that. I have some identification to do. I need to get some more potions of lore soon. Alright. Get the potion. Alright, let's see. Shimmering Blade. I think we had one of those before. +2 Scimitar with a +5 to parry. Amulet of Natural Armor +3. +3 to AC from Natural Armor. That's really good. I could do that and get more AC, but I would rather have the bonus to Wisdom right now. White Dragon Armor. White Dragon Armor is lightweight, strong, and highly resistant to cold. These suits are much sought after, but few smiths are willing to craft them. The necessary materials are rare and dangerous to acquire, and dragons have long memories where their kin are concerned. Most smiths would prefer to not even risk association with the trade in dragon hide. Oh, understandable. +3 scale mail with cold resist and a huge weight reduction. Baldur's Gate has it too.
I greet you, my child.
Didn't say Pillars of Eternity has it. I've not played Pillars of Eternity. I've played the first Baldur's Gate, which I don't know if you're talking about that or one of the newer ones. And I played it ages ago. Yeah, let's trade. Have more magic items to sell you. Talking about the original. Okay. See, I played the original and I don't even remember that because it's been that long since I played it. Hello, shady character.
Hello there.
What's your background here, lass? There's lots of folk liable to stick a knife in it. Okay. Thanks for the advice. It's in the hay. This is just hay, obviously for the horses. What developer decided that in a game where there are so many cosmetic items that are not interactable because they're just there for color? Why would you make the hay interactable just to click on it and tell you that it's just hay? Have Dal simmering in the kitchen now? Still haven't had Dal. Seems to be a staple for you, though. Averick? Who is Averick?
I greet you.
Smile, baby, this is your lucky day. I may be old and covered in open sores, but don't let that turn you off. Got a special today. Free ride on the Wild Averick for every elven female who comes along. Don't like studying hay? No, I'm not particularly interested in it. Forget it. You're not my type. Hey, no hard feelings, doll. We're both adults. Sometimes these things just don't work out. Okay.
About time you showed up. I've been waiting at least 10 minutes for someone to come by and refill my drink.
I'm not here to fill your drink. I'm Philandra Oakenhop. I work for Aaron Gend. Ah, yes, Philandra Oakenhop, the hero of Neverwinter. I'll drink a toast to your legendary deeds if my glass weren't empty. My name is Lillian Cambridge, archaeologist. I'm the North's leading expert in antiquities and ancient artifacts. No doubt Aaron Gend has told you that I've come to offer my rather unique knowledge to aid the cause of the Lord's Alliance. Yes, and I'd like to ask you some questions. That's why I'm here, to answer your questions about the words of power and the creator race that constructed them, and to sample the local wines, of course. Where can I find the words of power? If it were as simple as drawing you a map, Thalandra, I'd have told Aaron Gend everything I know. You have to remember that the words are thousands and thousands of years old. The creator race that fashioned the words predated even the first Elven kingdoms. Everything I know about them is theory and conjecture upon a foundation of myth and legend. Well, surely you must know something. I can tell you that there were several words of power created, but they have been scattered throughout the north and lost for countless millennia. All that remain are rumors of where they might have disappeared. Some believe the words were taken by the dragons who dwell in the mountains to the west. Others claim clues to their location may be found in the long deserted ruins far to the south of Fort Ilkard, or hidden in the forest to the north. The truth is, they could be anywhere, though I believe I may have learned the location of one of the words after many, many years of research and study. Okay, where can I find it? Before I tell you the location of the word of power, I need you to perform a task. Something very precious was stolen from me recently. A snow globe I had acquired on behalf of a very wealthy benefactor. If you want me to tell you what I know about the location of the word of power, you have to recover the snow globe for me. That seems unreasonable, considering how dire the situation is. But I don't really feel like I have a good bargaining position. So, can I find the snow globe? I was en route to deliver the snow globe to my buyer when it was stolen from me by an unscrupulous, albeit rather charming wizard named Nax. From what he told me, Nax was in these parts doing some research of his own. It seems he found a magical entrance to the deserted laboratory of a long-dead wizard somewhere in the Coldwood to the north. I'll bet Nax is exploring that laboratory right now and with my snow globe at his side. But if you want to go after him, you'll need this teleportation scroll. Nax told me it was the only way to pass through the magical portal leading to the dungeon. How did you manage to get this teleportation scroll? And why did Nax tell you all this? They boinked. They totally boinked. I'm a capable and attractive woman, and I'm not above using my charms to further my archaeological investigations. Nax offered to buy me a few drinks. We got to talking about our respective research. One thing led to another. Afterwards, when Nax fell asleep, I borrowed the scroll and slipped off to have copies made before returning the scroll to his pack. I planned to do a little investigating of this dungeon on my own later on. But while I was out making copies, Nax took my snow globe. I didn't notice until he was long gone. I guess it's my own fault for leaving him asleep in my room. I don't carry a grudge against Nax for what he did. I just want the snow globe back. Deliver it to me and I'll tell you the location of one of the words of power. Sounds like the snow globe's important. What else will you give me if I bring it back for you? What's this? You haven't even begun the task and already the sordid topic of compensation has come up. Bring me the snow globe and we'll talk, Thalandra. There's no point in fixing a price when you don't even have the item on you. Alright, I'll be back when I have the snow globe for you. I'll be looking forward to it. I hope you have better luck than the others. So far, no one who's gone into the Coldwood after Nax has come back. Alright, so now we have a direction north into the Coldwood. I'm not done exploring this camp, though. I'm gonna save here just because I haven't really done anything, but you know, game can be temperamental at times. Aaron Gent's Lodge. Let's see about this mercenary enclave. Wow. This is like an anti-TARDIS. It's smaller on the inside.
I don't recognize you. And I thought I knew all the new recruits who've joined the Lord's Alliance.
My name is Thalendra Oakenhop. I work for Eren Gend.
Thalendra Oakenhop? The same Thalendra Oakenhop who saved Neverwinter from the plague. We could use a good woman like you up on the battlefront. It's too bad Gend has you working on something else. You must have come in here to purchase some equipment, right? So, what can I interest you in? A good sword? A stout shield, perhaps? Or was there something else?
I'd like to see your inventory. Come on, +3 stuff. 1 +2. Yeah, I was really hoping for a large shield +3. Ooh, mithril shield, fancy. Power, braces of armor, boots of striding. +1s and +2s. I'm hoping for +3s. Shield of the Dragon Slayer. Like many items designed to defeat dragons, these shields can be traced to the year of the Draco Rage, 1018 DR. They were built with immensely strong materials and techniques, and rumors put a castle engineer in charge of their construction. There may be some truth to this rumor, since the shields resemble reinforced castle gates more than ordinary armor plates. +3 shield, except against dragons, where it's a +5 shield. Nice, but I cannot wield a tower shield. It's too heavy for me. Like it's just 1s and 2s. Already have better. Stream is about to kick off. Okay, have a good time with that, Flesh Kraken. Thanks for stopping by. Please do so again. I will. I will. As long as I remember to, I'll ping you. Don't worry. Do 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 do. I'm starting to fear this guy may not have anything for me. Because it seems like he has base +1 and +2. I'm already rocking the +2 stuff. Good potions, but I'm pretty well stocked on potions. Ring of Protection +3. Ring of Protection, that's just AC, right? That's deflection AC, yeah. The Cloak of Fortification that gives both? Yeah, it is. That cloak is so damn good. Alright, he doesn't really have anything I want. We have here Temple of Tyr. Tyr. Well, that's a pretty big Temple of Tyr. Recall Portal, Divining Pool. I wonder what's in the Divining Pool. Ooh, examine the contents. Nothing there. I guess that makes sense. Diary. Yeah, I'm keeping Erebeth's diary for now. Might be able to use that for something later. Edgar.
Well met.
Who are you? I'm Edgar, a minor acolyte in the service of Tyr. Though I have little in the way of divine power, I try to make myself useful by performing the day-to-day functions around the temple. If you need the service of a true cleric, you'll have to speak to Nurk. Alright, fair enough. Good on him doing the work.
Hey,
Loyalty ye!
Oh, greetings, Thalandra. It's me, Nurik, remember? I was serving in Tyr's church in Port Last until Aaron Gend asked me to come and oversee this temple here at Birun as well. I remember, Nurik. Good to see you. Surprised you remember me, Thalandra. What with everything on your mind? The Luskan cult, Erebeth's betrayal. Why, that's enough to make someone forget their own name. To be honest, I almost didn't recognize you, the great hero of Neverwinter. I'm struggling with a problem that's had me a little out of sorts lately. Now, what's the problem? I don't know. It's a very delicate matter. Recently, an Uthgard tribesman named Rolgan killed one of the Lord's Alliance soldiers. He claims it was self-defense, and I've given him sanctuary here to save him from the vengeance of the soldier's friends. But Rolgan cannot stay in the temple forever. I'm trying to arrange a fair trial for the young man, but his Uthgard friends are unfamiliar with our justice system, and none of the Lord's Alliance mercenaries wants to defend him during the trial. Maybe I could defend the Uthgard warrior. Your offer is a generous one, and as Tyr's priest I will ensure you are properly compensated according to the defense you present. After careful consideration, I've selected a jury. There will be 2 who represent the interests of the Uthgard, 2 who represent the mercenaries, and my own acolyte, Edgar. I feel it was the only way to be fair. If you agree to undertake this case, I can give you the details. Or is there something else you need? I'll do it. Take this notebook. It contains information on the jurors and witnesses, as well as the details of the case and the trial itself. As an officer of Tyr, you must keep this notebook to record the progress of the case. I can summarize the notebook for you. First, the jurors, a mercenary named Averick. Oh god, that guy. A ranger named Dalcia, a soldier named Jevon, an Uthgard wise woman called Pala, and of course my own acolyte, Edgar. Feel free to speak to any of the jurors before the trial. It is a common practice to do so in these matters. The ranger and Pala can be found in the Uthgard camp, the others are here in the buildings housing the Lord's Alliance members. Right, what about the witnesses? The prosecutor has advised me that he will be calling 2 mercenaries who witnessed the events, Zed and Lodar. He will also question Vanda, the wife of the accused. I suggest you speak to these people before the trial to gather what evidence you can. And of course there's the Uthgard himself, Rolgan. He doesn't have to testify, but if you call him up to defend his actions, then the prosecutor will also be able to question him. He's here in the back of the temple. He is here in the back of the temple here. That's kind of a clumsy sentence. That's like something I would write. I'll begin my investigations right away. Rolgan is counting on you to bring forth the truth at his trial. Once you have all the evidence, come speak to me and we can begin the proceedings. And now let's see what supplies you have. Ooh, Shield of the Holy. A +4 shield that gives extra turning? Oh. Oh. I mean, that's going to be 45,000 gold, and I think it's totally worth it.
I can't carry this much.
And I'm going to sell this. Oh. So that puts me at AC 29 then, when I'm wielding my shield. Damn! Alright, what else you got for me? I mean, the extra turning, sure, that's great. But yeah, that's 2 extra AC and the bonus turning, exactly. Damn hard to complain about that. To dodge modifier, stone skin, 10 uses of stone skin, cool. Just cast it normally. Greater belt of guiding light. Immunity death magic, immunity fear, gives light, gives bonuses to listen, lore, search, and spot. Is that 93,000? No. Oh, we're gonna leave. Fighting +3, Sun Soul. Cloak of Fortification +3. I mean, that's basically gonna bankrupt me, but it must be mine. So that now puts my armor class at 30. It also means I'll only get 1 point of AC out of, what is it called? Shield of Faith. So I won't be using Shield of Faith on myself so much, I'll be using it more on my followers. Doesn't have any good weapons. Amulet of the Master. Such a good amulet. Spell resistance 16. Can Magic Vestment still work really well? No, because I think Magic Vestment, if I remember correctly, that gives that basically gives enhancement bonus to the armor. Just with +1 AC. I guess it might work. I mean, we can test it out. Test it out pretty easily, actually, so let's do that. Alright, so Magic Vestment, my armor. Made it +4 instead of +3. Why +4? Because +1 per 3 caster levels, and I'm level 12. So it does help, but it's a very small bonus. I think it's better off on Tommy, and I don't think it's worth memorizing 2. I could do that, of course. I could memorize it twice, but I would probably have to drop one of my prayers or my Dispel Magic. You know, I kind of don't want to do that. Circle. Let's talk to Edgar.
Well met.
I am here about Rolgan's trial. Of course. Nurik has done me a great honor by selecting me for the jury in his case. Looking forward to performing my duties in the administration of Tyr's justice. How much would it cost to get you to back an innocent verdict trial? Right, the acolyte of Tyr is going to be bribable. I don't think so. How do you feel about this case? Even though I disapprove of the Uthgod's worship of a pagan god, I'm not going to prejudge him. The real culprit in this crime is the demon alcohol. Of course, the alcohol does not excuse the Uthgod's behavior. Anyone who lets themselves get drunk must bear the consequences of his actions. Yes. This is why I so strongly disapprove of consuming alcoholic beverages. But I am keeping an open mind. I wish you well in this case, milady. May the justice of Tyr be served. Exactly. If you're gonna drink, the moment you imbibe anything that influences you, any kind of alcohol, any kind of drug, the moment you consume that, you are preemptively accepting responsibility for everything you do while under the influence, regardless of how much you're taken out of your normal self. That is what I believe. It is no excuse. It's never an excuse. The only time it's an excuse is if you're drugged against your will.
Hello to you.
Like, if someone slips you something, then it's not your fault, then it's not your responsibility. But if you willingly put yourself under the influence, then it 100% is your responsibility. Garen has instructed me to provide whatever assistance I can in your mission to recover the Words of Power. However, my magic is not of a healing. Alright, he is the teleport guy. At all. This is like a lot nicer than the temple in chapter 2. Both the temples in chapter 2.
Ah, no canto.
Here? Way up. Ah, there we go. Here's who I wanted to talk to.
You are here because Neurek sent you? You are here because of the trial?
Yes, I am to defend you. Tell me what happened. Griff invited me to play a game of chance. Not wanting to spurn this gesture of friendship, I accepted his invitation and the drinks he readily offered me. I see where this is going. I began to feel strange. My mind was clouded by more than just ale. I gambled foolishly and lost several personal heirlooms of great religious significance to my tribe. Go on. I returned to my tribe in shame. Vanda, my wife, told me to go back and speak to Griff, to humble myself and beg him to return our religious heirlooms, in exchange for the promise of much gold later on. But Griff attacked me before I could speak my offer. I killed him to save my own life. There was no other choice. I fled to this temple, barely escaping a mob of soldiers seeking my blood to avenge Griff. Eric gave me sanctuary, but only if I vowed to submit to a trial to determine my fate. All right. Can you tell me anything else? We Uthgard are different than you. Our ways and customs may seem strange. They call us savages. Savages, barely even humans! And pagans, and drunks, and thieves. This is how the Lord's Alliance see us, and that is why I am called a murderer for defending myself. We of the Black Lion tribe are a noble people. I am no heathen savage, no vile killer. I pray to Uthgar that you can see this and help me. I will do my best. Go if you wish. I must stay here, though my heart aches to return to my tribe. When the trial is over, Uthgar willing, I will be allowed to return to my home. Well, he seems innocent, but then again, I literally just heard his version of things. It would be very strange if his retelling of things would make him seem guilty. Any starred Cloak Enclave. Oh, someone right at the door.
Greetings.
Eltura
I
Soptil.
don't deal with those who have no experience in the arcane arts, but Erin Gend has asked me to make my inventory available to everyone, if it will help the war effort. I still don't think I want to give you access to my lab in the back. That's reserved for those who have some experience in magic. But I will open my inventory to you, though most of the items are more suited to mages and their ilk.
Alright, let's have a look. Cloak +3, Cloak of Protection +3, various robes that I have no use of. Another Cloak of Fortification +3, so I could have gotten it in green, but I'm quite happy with my cloak. Staves, crossbows, mage weapons. Just scrolls I can't use. And potions of lore. Oh, she is expensive. So I have to suck it up. 4. Here, that's gonna help me. Most important thing was checking to see if she had any bags of holding. That was priority number 1. What do I have here? Oh, right, the teleport scroll. Good idea, Telcree. Let's save here. Thank you. Trading post. Silver blade. Right, Husher Clay.
Hello there.
Greetings, friend. Husher at your service. Care to check out the wares here at this, the newest branch of my adventuring gear shop? Wait, what do you mean the newest branch? Well, I used to run a little place way down south. Business was good, but the big money is in franchising, so I left my son in charge of my store and headed north to expand my merchant empire. When I came across all these rich adventurers gathered here in Buruna's Well, I figured this was the perfect place to set up my new shop, at least until I get a license to sell in Neverwinter. What kind of things do you sell? A little of this, a little of that. Items, magic, and mundane. Anything an adventurer might need. But if my wares don't interest you, talk to my dwarven friend over there in the corner. He's quite the accomplished smith. When it comes to arms and armor, if I don't sell it, there's a good chance he can make it. I'm searching for the words of power. I'm afraid that's something I don't actually have in stock. Ha! But seriously, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. You might want to speak with Lillian Cambridge, that archaeological expert Erin Genn brought in. She spends most of her time at the tavern, from what I gathered. Maybe you'll find her more helpful than I did. What do you mean by that? When I heard there was an archaeologist nearby, I went to speak to her about a certain item I've been trying to track down. But she wasn't really interested, said she only wanted items of historical significance and that she didn't have time to chase after trinkets. I even offered her a generous reward, but she seemed more interested in the wine bottle on the table than my story. Here we go. Perhaps I could help you. Maybe you could at that. You seem like a capable woman. Tell you what, you help me out and I'll give you the payment I was offering Lillian. It's the job. In addition to my retail business, I'm also a collector of rare gems. Right now there's one particular gem I'm interested in, the Star Sapphire. The Star Sapphire is valuable. That I'll warrant you, but you'll never get more than 1,000 gold from any other dealer. But it's interesting to me as a collector, so I'm offering to give you 3,000 gold. You bring it back to me. Why do you want it? The Star Sapphire was part of a dowry given to Layen Cheroux, the youngest daughter of a powerful merchant family, flourished in Waterdeep nearly 2 centuries ago. But Layen wasn't ready to resign herself to a life of wedlock. She was an aspiring mage, and the morning of her wedding she fled to the north to seek her fame and fortune. According to the reports, Layen became quite an accomplished wizard. She was powerful enough to foresee her own death and construct an elaborate trap-filled tomb to inter her remains. And you think the Star Sapphire is still in her tomb? By all accounts, the Star Sapphire was one of her most treasured possessions. It reminded her of the life she had left behind in Waterdeep. The Star Sapphire would make a nice addition to my collection. Bring it to me and I'll give you 3,000 gold pieces, the same price I offered Lillian. It's far more than the sapphire is worth to a typical buyer. This sounds dangerous. Dead mages often become liches. I don't think you have to worry about that. From everything I know about Layen Cheroux, she was never interested in lichdom. But she was rumored to have quite the analytical, mechanical mind. I imagine her tomb is filled with all manner of devious traps. Okay, I'll do it. Excellent. Nobody knows for certain where Layen was buried, but it's rumored to be somewhere in the Coldwood. If anyone's ever found the exact location of her tomb, they never came back alive to report it. But don't let that scare you off. I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle. To take a look at your inventory now. +2, +2. Tower shield +3. That's promising. Also, that looks really cool. Large shield +3. That would be great if we hadn't just gotten our Shield of the Holy. Alright, he has +3 armors. But I believe the armor of Horus Ray... Yeah, that's already a +3 armor. So... really in the market for that. However... this is the big question. Do you have a rapier +3? Yes, you do, and I can actually afford it. There we go. Now I'm down to 12,000 gold. Before I do anything else? Ha ha ha! Come to me. Come to me. Don't really want anything else of what he's offering. bag of holding. Now I'm gonna take everything from this bag, put into the bag of holding. Then I'm gonna switch out this bag because I think that's a minus 80 bag. I have some minus 60 bags I'm using. Yeah, that's a minus 80. Is this? It's also a minus 80. That's a minus 60. That's a minus 60. That's a minus 80. Okay, so this goes here. And now everything from this bag to this bag. Inventory management. Isn't it fun? Hey, Zelaminator. Enjoy your lurk. And yes, I have found another bag of holding. I am very happy. Now this minus 60 bag is going to get sold.
Hello there.
Inventory and sell you this. So you said Star Sapphire. Don't I kind of have that? Star of Kalimshan and Fire Opal. Okay, so I don't. Well, I guess I have to go quest for it.
Hey, what?
Welcome, noble madam, to Baron's smithy. I, of course, am Baron, master dwarven smith and creator of fine magical items. How may I be of service to you today?
What exactly is it you do here?
I am a weapon and armor smith of sorts. I take component items and combine them with magic items to make objects of even greater majesty and power. Not a bad little gig if you can get it. If you want, I can look through your inventory and backpack, see if you have anything I can combine into a powerful weapon or suit of armor. Is there anything in particular you want me to look for?
I am interested in magical swords.
Nothing beats an old good old sword, does it? Tried and true. Okay, let me peek inside your backpack. I'll give you a list of the wondrous blades I can make from the stuff in your inventory. If an item isn't on the list, you don't have the stuff I need to make it. Just pick something you're interested in having me make.
Amara's rapier requires dragon blood and a magic rapier. Okay, I'm gonna look up exactly what that is, because if that's not at least +3, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my +3 rapier that I just got. Now, it seems like that's going to turn it into a +2 rapier. And then it's going to have a chance to put a target to sleep on hit. So I don't think that would be a good upgrade for me. I would rather have the additional +1. Interested in items.
Alright. Ask you some questions. Why did you leave your home in the south? I heard Husher was opening up a shop here, and with the war against Luskan, I figured there would be plenty of business for a guy like me. I came with him. Can you tell me anything about Husher? You're curious about Husher Clay, go ask him yourself. He's right over there on the other side of the room. Anything else? What exactly is it you do here? I'm a weapon and armor smith. Okay, you already told me that. Really cool. Unfortunately, he doesn't have anything more tempting than the +3 rapier I already have. The wiki I looked at said it's also possible to get that rapier in a +8 version, but I'm assuming that's in Hordes of the Underdark. To Coldwood, Moonwood. Come here and talk to me? Who's this?
Something I can do for you?
You're going up to the top of the plateau to see Birun as well. If you are, just watch your step. I wouldn't trust those Uthgard savages as far as I could throw them. Who are you? The Lord's Alliance figured it might be a good idea to post a guard here at the base of the plateau to warn people. Past this point, you're entering the heathen camps. You can go on up if you want, but watch your step with those savages. We don't want any trouble with those Uthgard camped around Birun as well. Uthgard. Yeah, one of the Uthgard tribes have joined the Lord's Alliance. To the Black Lions, I think. I don't really trust them heathens, but I guess we need all the help we can get. They've gone and set up their camp on top of this plateau. Seems like they figure they've got a claim to the land around Birun as well. Anything else up here? Oh, there's a druid grove up there. I think it's run by a man named Yusam. You know them druids. Nature this, nature that. I guess that's why he'd rather stay up there besides Birun as well with them primitive Uthgard instead of down here with us civilized folk. Okay, bye. That was not a very likable character. That is the cloak. Drinking house again, I assume. Maverick. Odar.
Well met.
I know about the trial. I'm defending Rolgan. Funny, you don't look like a lawyer, but that ain't my business, I guess. You want to ask me some questions? Go ahead. Tell me what happened. Griff and that Uthgard were playing cards, gambling. Griff won a lot of money, so much that the Uthgard had to give him some of his jewelry to cover the debt. Real fancy looking stuff. Later that night, Griff went outside. I heard him shout and I rushed out to see him and that Uthgard smashing swords. Guess the Uthgard was better at it than Griff. Can't believe I have to testify about this. I've never been to a trial before. Don't get so worked out about this trial. Barkeep, a drink for my friend Lodar. For my friend, Lodar, please, I'm buying. Hey, you're alright, sister. Good luck in that trial, and thanks for the drink. If you need anything else, I'll be right here. Until the trial is over, they've got me off active duty, so I plan on spending my time here in the drinking house.
Well met.
Anything else you can tell me about the trial? I told you pretty much everything I know already.
Well met.
Let's give him another drink. Like Griff, he was always getting into trouble, picking fights, that kind of thing. Kind of a racist too, always going on about the Uthgard being drunks and thieves and such. Maybe Griff's to blame for the fight with that Uthgard. Maybe, but I shouldn't be speaking ill of the dead. Griff had some ugly secrets, but now's not the time to drag it all out. Secrets, you say? I really shouldn't tell. Griff was a friend, after all. We're friends, aren't we? Have another drink on me and tell me what you know. Sure, why not? Bartender, another round. Griff's gone now anyway, so who cares if anyone finds out, right? Griff had a nasty habit of spiking the drinks of people he was gambling against. He figured it would give him an edge over them, make their mind all hazy. Not really sporting, but that's the kind of guy Griff was. Anything else you can tell me? Okay. So this Griff guy sure seems like a cool dude, huh? Completely on the level. Very likable. Pling, 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 pling.
Okay, dokie.
Oh, right. I have Mr. Undergallows with me. Store.
Okay, dokie.
Really, I'm just looking for anyone relevant to the case up here. Dead. Soldiers Barracks. Brick. Yvonne. Barracks. Right, so I need to go to the barracks. Sure, I could use some picks.
Okay, dokie.
This music is so jaunty. I really like it. It legitimately seems like good music to get drunk to.
Okay, dokie.
Like to relax and make merry.
It's done.
Ooh, a sapphire.
Okay, dokie.
Hey, go take care of that door. Or, you know, the other door that I didn't ask you to. Sure thing.
It's done. Okay, dokie.
Want to come have a crack at this one?
Okay, dokie.
There we go.
It's done.
Thermometer, a chest, a scroll of resurrection. Those are pretty valuable. One thing, by the way, I really like about Kingmaker is that there are certain items in Kingmaker that are like very old or of cultural significance, like a coin from some ancient realm. And apparently, you can sell those and get some money for them, but if you hold on to them until you meet an antiquarian will pay more for them because they understand the significance. And I think that is a really, really cool detail. Oh, what have we here? Pedestal. Like a... Doesn't seem to be anything you can do with this object at the moment. Also be... Yeah, I found parts of a magical amulet that can be combined into a full item. I have 2 parts. I don't know how many I need, but I think it's more than 2. God, this music.
It's done.
Just here. Oh no, a trap.
Okay, dokie. It's done.
Ooh.
Identified half plate. Label +2. Somebody's gonna miss that. Save. And just for good measure. So. Alright, I need to find the barracks. No, I need to talk to this guy first. But I don't want to do that, because first, I want another monster. So, don't go anywhere. I'm not even going to switch the screen, it's going to be so short. I'm just going to mute so you don't hear the noise from my chair. And I will be back in 1 minute. There we go. Back and a lot happier for it.
I greet you.
I'm here to talk about Rolgan's trial.
You gotta unleash the beast with monster energy.
Yes, indeed. Oh, that prissy priest Nurik must have sent you. Can't figure out why that sawed-off runt wanted me on the jury. Guess he figured I'd be impartial since I hate all races, colors, and creeds equally. What are your feelings about this case? Griff was a rotten bastard, and the Uthgard did us all a favor by offing him. But if we let him go, we might have drunken savages running through the streets sacrificing us to the goat gods, you know? I was like, you figure he's already guilty. The only good thing about the Uthgard is his wife. I can't wait to see her up testifying at the trial. She's one fine piece of meat. Hoo-wee! I wouldn't mind having her pork chops on my plate at dinner tonight. I'll be going now. Can I just murder this guy? Can I just, like, recreationally set him on fire? So where are the soldiers' barracks? Trading post. Mercenary enclave. Where the fuck are the barracks? There are no buildings unaccounted for. Well, this is a head scratcher. Save and tab out again. See if I'm being blind or if I need to go to one of the adjacent screens or anything. Mercenary. I guess the Mercenary Enclave is the barracks, according to what I can find. Head down there. Alright. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, here we go. Yvonne.
I greet you.
This better be important, as I don't feel like chatting. It's bad enough my leg is killing me, now I gotta be witness to this murder trial too. What happened to your leg? My leg is none of your business. Go find someone else to bother. Leave me alone. Oh yeah?
I greet you.
I'm the defense counsel for Rolgan. So you're the sucker Nurik roped into defending that savage. Tough break. I hear the case is open and shut. I saw that Uthgard stab Griff with my own 2 eyes. Ran him right through. Griff was dead before he even hit the ground. Alright, do you know why they were fighting? Gambling debt. Griff had won a bunch of money off that Uthgard, and I guess the savage didn't like it. He'd been drinking, so I guess it's no surprise he lost his temper. Get the feeling you're holding back on me. Hey, all I know is what I saw. Griff is dead and that Uthgard killed him. I'm sure of that as I am of this pain eating away at my leg. What's wrong with your leg? Arthritis in my knee. There's nothing anyone can do about that, but that ain't the problem right now. Some damn fool stuck me in the thigh with a knife during a bar fight and the wound's infected. Feels like a hot spear shooting up through my whole leg with every step I take. I can't even go to the temple to get it looked at, or they'll know I was in a fight. My unit commander's already warned me about brawling, and I don't need to get stuck on latrine duty again. I've got a few healing spells of my own. Maybe I can help. Want to heal my leg? What's in it for you? I think you know something about Griff's death you aren't telling me. Think I'm gonna betray the memory of my friend just because of a little pain in my... Ow! Damn. Barely bumped it that time, and it's burning like the fires of the 9 hells. Okay, you got a deal. Heal my leg, and I'll tell you something about Griff. Something you can use at the trial. Alright, here you go. Good as new. I still got arthritis in my knee, but I can cope with that. It was that bloody infection I couldn't handle. Okay, I guess you delivered on your end of the deal, so here's what I know. First, Griff spiked that Uthgard's drink. Griff was always doing stuff like that to try and get an edge at cards. Could be the stuff in the drink made that Uthgard act like he did. I also happen to know for a fact that Griff was cheating that night. He wanted to take everything that Uthgard owned. He told me he wanted to rob that savage blind. That's all I know. It's enough to get your client off, so be it. At least now I can walk without clenching my teeth in agony. Seems like a fair trade to me. Man, these soldiers are kind of assholes, aren't they?
Well met.
Lord's Alliance doesn't seem so noble. Nurik sent me. I'm representing Rolgan. I figured as much. I ain't never been on a jury before. Seen my share of trials, but usually from the prisoner's box. What do you want to know? I'm preparing my case. What do you think about this trial? Looks to me like a bar fight gone out of hand. A few too many drinks in you and you act stupid. I've been there myself, though I ain't never killed no one. But you know what makes me mad about this case? Them people who run around saying the only reason this guy is on trial is because he's an Uthgard. I ain't no Uthgard, and I've been on trial a bunch of times. Sounds like you're trying to keep an open mind. I know what it's like. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Could be that's what happened to this Uthgard. I kinda hope you get him off. I'd hate to have to sentence the poor guy to execution. But I've got to give an honest verdict. Nurik says it's my duty. Not much I can tell you. Hope you got what you were looking for. Good luck in the trial. Now, the walkthrough I looked at to find out where the barracks are said that I can do stuff to guarantee their verdicts. Like, bribe them or convince them or stuff. But I'm not gonna do that. You come over here. I'm going to try and get an honest trial, which really isn't that in character for my character, because I'm chaotic. But Frankly, I just want to give this guy a fair shake. And I'm hoping my investigation will be enough of that.
Okay, dokie. It's done.
Alright. Now, let's go up and talk to the Uthgardi drawers. You know what? Let's save again. I mean, I'm a cleric. I believe in divine providence. Tyr, the god of justice, is presiding over the case through his priest. I'm sure this will go the way it's supposed to.
Well met!
So Luskan pillaged the land, and Uthgard Elk Tribe has joined their cause, but we of the Black Lion Tribe will stand against them with honor. Druid. The Druid. Hello, Druid.
Welcome, friend. I am Usam, Druid of the North, liaison between the Lord's Alliance and the Uthgard.
Free to take solace in the tranquility of my grove if you wish. Or is there some other reason you have sought me out? My name is Thalandra Oakenhop. I work for Eren Gend. The Lord's Alliance set up a camp here. Eren told me he was recruiting agents to search for lost artifacts of ancient magic. I wish you success in your quest, though as I told Eren, I am more concerned with the plight of the Uthgard people. Plight of the Uthgard? What do you mean? My child, this war takes a terrible toll on the Uthgard. The armies of Luskan lay waste to their lands, and the Black Lion tribe has lost many warriors battling alongside the Lord's Alliance soldiers. But it is for the Uthgard Elk tribe that I worry most of all. They have aligned themselves with the Luskan destroyers to slaughter the defenseless settlers around Fort Ilkard in the south. You're a druid. Can't you make them stop? Once, the Elk tribe welcomed my counsel, but they have since turned their back on the way of nature. The emissaries I have sent to investigate have all been ruthlessly slain. You are not a child of nature, so perhaps you cannot understand the pain I feel over what has happened with the Elk tribe. Well, perhaps I could investigate this for you, Usam. Your offer is generous, child. I cannot leave this grove, and there is nowhere else I may turn for aid. I fear, however, that you do not truly understand what you are about to undertake. Such a task would be dangerous, my child. The Elk tribe have slain all who have tried to parley with them. But if you could discover why the Elk tribe have turned their back on us, I would be most grateful. The Elk tribe have fortified themselves inside their keep to the west of Fort Ilkard, although they continue to make raids on the fort. Perhaps, if you go there, you can find them and speak to Zokan Thunderer, their chief. Alright, I'll be back when I learn more of the Elk tribe. Go, child, and may a gentle breeze carry you safely to your destination, like the summer winds that bring seeds to replenish the eternal forest. Hey, let's go spit in the well. No one's gonna mind that, right? Ender hot food.
You are a good person to defend Organ. I, Anda Hardfoot, greet you with honor.
Can I ask you some questions? I will do my best to answer them, though your ways are strange and unfamiliar to we of the Uthgard tribes. Why have the Uthgard joined the Lord's Alliance in this place? Mioruna's well is a holy place to the Uthgard. Here the honor and power of our people lie buried. We camp here to draw upon the strength of our ancestors, as we stand against a foe of great evil. The Luskan forces march across our land, slaughtering all in their path. We stand with the Lord's Alliance against the evil of our common foe, though often we Uthgard must wonder if we can trust our new allies.
I sense there is tension between your people and the Lord's Alliance. There has always been tension between the Uthgard and the Lord's Alliance. Our cultures are very different. It is inevitable there will be some clash when our peoples are forced to work side by side. But now the tension has reached a dangerous level. Rolgan, one of the Black Lion tribe, is accused of slaying a soldier of the Lord's Alliance. He is charged with murder. I want to ask you some questions about Rolgan. There's little I can tell you of Rolgan, save that he is falsely accused of murder. Rolgan's wife would tell you more. Her name is Vanda. Since Rolgan was seized, she has spent all her time wandering on the sacred grounds of this plateau, praying for her husband. But I sense there was another reason you came to speak to me. Aaron Gent mentioned the Elk tribe had allied against us. What can you tell me again about them? I know little of the Elk tribe. Their territory is to the south, near the fort you call Ilkard. Once they were an ally of the Lord's Alliance, but now they slaughter the settlers and farmers of your kind. The Elk tribe have turned their back on the Uthgard ways. Something has destroyed their honor, and they have allied themselves with the evil of Luskan. More than this, I cannot tell you. Alright, can I ask you some questions? Will do my best to answer them. Tell me about your people. The ignorant among the Lord's Alliance call us savages and barbarians, yet the honor of our ancestors shields us against their empty words. We are born of the Black Lion. We are of the Uthgard. Our tribe is strong and proud. We are noble warriors and great hunters, following the herds to feed and clothe our tribe. We are the Black Lion tribe, and we are one with the land. Alright, I'll be going now. We are an hour and a half into the stream and we haven't left town yet. That's kind of funny. Palla.
Greetings!
Why have you come to seek the counsel of this old woman? Nurik sent me. I am representing Rolgan in the upcoming trial. The life of one of my people is in your hands. I will aid you as best I can, though there is little I can do. The ways of justice among the Lord's Alliance are unknown to me. Well, what do you think of the case? I am very disappointed in Rolgan. Our tribe constantly struggles against the stereotype of the drunken savage, yet Rolgan allowed himself to fall under the influence of alcohol. This is the result. Sounds like you already think he's guilty. That remains to be seen. Rolgan is a symbol of our people. I pray he is not guilty of what they claim. But my duty in this trial is clear. Nurik has explained the vow I have taken as a juror. If the evidence shows Rolgan let alcohol cloud his mind so that he killed a man without reason, must return a verdict of guilty. This trial is not the way of our tribe, but I must follow Nurik's rules in this matter. We Uthgard cannot risk the wrath of the Lord's Alliance by defying the High Priest of Tyr. I pray Rolgan is not a sacrifice for the good of the entire tribe, but if it must be, it must be. She sounds like she really has some perspective and some wisdom. Can I ask you some questions? Unfortunately, the Council of Elders is reserved for those of the Black Lion tribe. My wisdom is only in the Uthgard way of life, and you are not Uthgard. I know nothing of your kind. I cannot give you guidance. Depart with the blessing of Black Lion tribe. This alone I can give you. Alright, I'll be going now. Go with the blessing of the Black Lion tribe. Alright. Speak to... You know what? I want to check something. Said... Lodar... There's Edgar I've spoken to, Averick I've spoken to, Javon I've spoken to, Dalcia is the one I need to find as well. Okay, but for now, let's speak to Vanda.
Yes? What?
I'm sorry for your speaking to me. Forgive my distraction. I am worried about my husband's upcoming trial. I'm representing your husband in this trial. Representing my husband? I am sorry, but the ways of your justice system are unfamiliar to the people of the Black Lion tribe. Are you a friend or foe? A friend. I must ask you some questions. The priest Nurik said I would have to answer the questions put to me with complete honesty. It was as if he expected me to lie.
He knows nothing about the honor of our tribe. Ask away. I have nothing to hide.
Tell me what happened the night Griff was killed.
My husband returned home late. He had been drinking, but there was something else. He seemed different, as if more than alcohol were at work in his mind. When he told me he had gambled away the heirlooms of our family, precious stones sanctified by the priest of Uthgar, I knew something was very wrong. He was not in his right mind, or he would never have wagered these sacred stones on a game of chance.
Please go on.
I sent him to ask this man Griff to return the heirlooms. We offered to pay him gold in exchange. It would have been far more than he could ever sell the heirlooms for. Their religious significance to the Black Lion tribe far exceeds their material worth. But the soldier attacked my husband, and Rolgan was forced to kill Griff to preserve his own life. He fled to the temple seeking sanctuary, a mob of Griff's enraged friends close on his heels.
Anything else you can tell me?
Please, help my husband. They are portraying him as a drunken pagan savage. This is how they view all of the Uthgard. We are a noble people, but if Rolgan is convicted, the hurtful stereotype will only get stronger. I wish I could be of more help, but all I can do is pray Uthgar grants you the wisdom in this matter.
I think it's looking good. What can really trip me up is if one of the witnesses goes back on their explanation and refuses to say in court what they told me during my investigation. That can really fuck me up. Stelcia?
Greetings to you.
On behalf of the Black Lion Uthgard tribe, I welcome you to this camp. Who are you? I am Dalcia, a friend of the Uthgard people. I would rather stay here in the camp of the Black Lion tribe than subject myself to the stench of civilization hanging over the Lord's Alliance barracks. Oh, that could be an interesting twist, Aurelia. Trying to sow dissent. Maybe he'd been promised to get raised afterwards. I do not expect you to understand. Only those who count themselves among the children of nature, druids and rangers like myself, can truly appreciate the beauty to be found at this simple camp. I'm representing Rolgan at this murder trial. Ah yes, Nurik mentioned he was seeking someone to defend Rolgan in this trial. I hope you truly appreciate the situation you've gotten yourself into. The Uthgard are a noble people, but their culture and beliefs seem strange to the Lord's Alliance. Often the Uthgard are victims of prejudice and hatred simply because of who you are. Sounds like you think Rolgan is innocent. I will wait until the trial before I make that decision, of course. I only wanted you to be aware of the fact Rolgan is an Uthgard. Aware of the fact Rolgan is a What the fuck? I only wanted you to be aware that the fact Rolgan is an Uthgard might have something to do with him being on trial. Okay, I'll be going now. Oh, that might be the case as well. In which case, he just wasn't good enough to get the job done. I still haven't found out why Griff apparently attacked whatever his name was on site. That's a really weird part of the story. That kind of only makes sense if you're right. Who is the god that my character is worshipping? She is worshipping Corellon Lorethian, Telcree. I guess it just seems weird to just attack him on sight. Maybe he just figured, it's only an Uthgard, I can get away with murdering him, or something like that.
Hail to ye!
Before we do anything, let's save.
Hail to ye!
Ready to begin Rolgan's trial.
Are you quite certain, my lady? Once the trial begins, it cannot be ended prematurely, or Rogan's life will be forfeit. Ready, let's begin. Excellent. I know all parties involved are anxious to settle this matter. I will send word to the prosecutor and everyone else involved. The rules of the proceedings are simple. The jurors will listen to the evidence and testimony, and as the trial progresses, they will use the swords and torches I have given them to indicate either guilt or innocence. Whenever a juror feels the accused is guilty, they will hold forth the sword in their right hand to symbolize the swift strike of justice. If they feel the accused is innocent, they will hold up the torch to symbolize the burning light of truth shining down on this trial. Sounds simple. Sword for guilty, torch for innocent. As the jurors' views are swayed, so shall they hold forth change. A juror who is still undecided will hold forth neither a sword nor torch. 3 jurors must be convinced of the accused's innocence for Rolgan to go free. What we have now begun cannot end until justice is served. If the trial is interrupted or broken off before its proper completion, the accused shall be found guilty regardless of the status of the jurors. Is this clear? That seems like bullshit. If someone really wants him found guilty, they'll just do something to interrupt the trial. Fucking just firebomb the building. Everyone has to evacuate because the building's on fire. Oh, you're guilty. Execution. Get fucked. Wow, talk about a flawed system. Now that we're all here, the trial can begin. Remember, if you quit the trial before its rightful end, Rolgan's life is forfeit.
My name is Eklund of the Swift Sword. I am the special prosecutor in the investigation of the death of the Lord's Alliance mercenary known as Griff. And I would like to remind the jury that I have never lost a case. Never!
The witnesses have been sworn in, and may the light of Tyr's justice shine down on this trial and expose any lies in their testimony. To begin my case, I would like to question Lodar, an eyewitness to the events. I am here, Your Honor. I am not the judge, Lodar, just a prosecutor. You don't have to be so formal. Just call me Sir. Please, tell us what happened in your own words. Well, sir, it was night, and Griff was outside the barracks. All of a sudden we heard this shout. We run out, and Griff and that Uthgard are going to at each other with weapons drawn. Before we could step in, that savage stabs Griff right in the gut and runs off. We ran to get the cleric, but by then it was too late. Griff was gone. That savage killed him. That is all I require from this witness. Were it up to me, we could end the trial right now and declare Rolgan guilty. But custom dictates I allow the defense to question the witness if they wish. I'm ready for your questions, Lady Thalandra. Did you see who actually started the fight? No, they were already going at it by the time we got there. So maybe Griff started the fight and Rolgan was just defending himself? Yes, I guess. Could be Griff started it. I don't know. I wasn't there. Can you tell me how Griff felt towards the Uthgard? He didn't like them much. He was always complaining about them as damn savages and filthy Uthgard, always picking fights with them, looking for trouble. So the fight could have been started by Griff? Wouldn't be the first time he let his temper get the better of him. Always was a bit of a hothead, especially when it came to those Uthgard. He hated them something fierce. Was the Uthgard in his right mind, or did he seem intoxicated to you? He was pretty drunk. So drunk he didn't know what he was doing? I guess so, maybe. I don't know if that's a good excuse, though. Isn't it true that Griff spiked Rolgan's drink earlier that evening? Yeah, he wanted to mess that Uthgard up so he could beat him at cards, you know. Make him not think straight. So would you say Griff is partly to blame for his own death? Well, it was his fault the Uthgard was doped up. Maybe if Rolgan was in his right mind, he wouldn't have killed Griff. Maybe Griff thought that since Rolgan was drugged, the Uthgard would be an easy target in a fight. I guess he could have thought that. He didn't like the Uthgard much. He would have jumped at a chance to kill one of them off when he thought he could get away with it. Alright, I have no more questions for this witness. If defense counsel has finished trying to obscure the truth, I will call Zed, my next witness. Zed, tell the court what you witnessed on that night. Right, sir. Well, it's like Lodar said. Griff was outside, we heard him shout. We run out and the Uthgard sticks a blade in Griff's belly. Then that savage runs off to the temple for sanctuary like some kind of coward. Well spoken, Zed. He ran off like a murderous coward. Obviously, he's guilty. They always run when they're guilty. This case might be my easiest win yet. Your witness, Thalandra. I'm ready to answer this woman's questions. Griff had spiked Rolgan's drink that night, right, Sid? Yeah, he put something in Rolgan's drink, made his mind fuzzy so he didn't really understand what he was doing. Don't you think that's a mitigating circumstance in what happened? I don't know what mitigating means, but Griff shouldn't have spiked that Uthgard's drink. That's wrong. Griff was always doing stupid stuff like that. Rolgan had lost a lot of money that night, didn't he, Sid? Can you explain that? Griff cheated. He wanted to win so he could humiliate that Uthgard, embarrass and ruin him, so he cheated during the card game. Do you think that might have been a factor in Griff's death? Oh, now we're up to 4 tortures. I warned Griff that Uthgard would be mad after losing everything he owned. I said it would lead to trouble, but Griff didn't care. He said he welcomed trouble with the Uthgard. Maybe Griff attacked Rolgan because he thought his cheating has been discovered. If Griff thought someone was coming to settle a score, he wouldn't wait. Griff would make sure he made the first move. He pretended to start fights himself, you know. Alright? You never actually witnessed the start of the fight, did you? No, I didn't see who started the fight, so yeah, it could have been Griff if that's what you're getting at. I have no further questions for this witness. If the defense has finished with their blathering, the prosecution has only one witness left. I call on Vanda, the wife of the accused. I am here. Ask your questions. I sense some hostility on your part, young lady. Please remember I am only doing my job. It's not my fault your husband had to go on a killing spree. Wow, I like how they're being even-handed and making it kind of a gray area, and not just making the accusing side cartoonishly evil. I mean, this would have been so much more compelling if the prosecutor seemed like a straight-up guy who was just trying to let justice be done. But instead, he is like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. Igland, I've given you a lot of leeway in this case, but you are coming very close to crossing the line of what is acceptable. Sorry, Your Honor, but this woman is looking at me like she wants to kill me. Must run in her family. Neither my husband nor I would ever commit vile murder. We Uthgards are an honorable people. Yes, you Uthgard take honor very seriously. Wasn't Rolgan ashamed at having gambled away everything he owned? Didn't he want to do anything to wipe away that shame? Yes, but he wouldn't have killed that man. So you say, but we know how strong Uthgard honor is, and Rolgan is a proud warrior. Surely a jury as intelligent and attractive as this one, oh my god, must realize that his pride would have driven Rolgan to kill Griff in a desperate attempt to salvage his wounded honor. Defense may cross-examine now. I have no further questions for this witness, since she all but admitted her husband is a rampaging serial killer. Igland, don't push me. Sorry, Judge, I won't say another word while the Honorable Lady Thalandra tries to defend these crimes. I mean, I don't even need to say anything. I have no questions. If it pleases the court, the prosecution rests its case. Can we just start the execution now? No? Okay, defense may call their witnesses if they wish, though I hardly see the point. I am ready for closing arguments. I shall move on to my closing arguments. This will be short since the Uthgard are so obviously guilty. Rolgan owed Griff money. 2 witnesses saw Rolgan kill Griff. What could be more simple? Do your duty, members of the jury. Find Rolgan guilty of murder and let justice be done. Such is the will of Tyr. If it pleases the court, the prosecution rests. Thalandra, make your closing arguments now.
Well, the prosecution witnesses never saw who started the fight, so we must accept Rolgan's claim of self-defense as truth. We know Griff was a violent man who hated the Uthgard. He probably started the fight himself.
Lucky there are no witnesses to disprove this claim.
Igland, be quiet. Griff cheated at cards, and when he saw Rolgan, he attacked him out of fear that Rolgan had found out.
Preposterous conspiracy theory. Next you'll blame the Night Masks for Griff's murder.
I'm getting sick of all these uncalled for remarks, Igland. Anyway, the defense rests. Hey, Nithler? Hail and welcome, good evening. Then, as Tyr's representative overseeing this trial, I proclaim judgment in this case. By the light of Tyr's truth, may justice be done. The verdict is clear, a unanimous 5-0 decision to acquit Rolgan. You are free to go, as are the rest of you. The court thanks you for your time. Igland, your work here is done. I suggest you leave before I write you up for your loutish behavior during these proceedings. You are a disgrace to the hallowed halls of this temple. Thylendra, come speak to me when you wish to receive your just reward for your service here. Well, that went extremely well.
Hail to ye!
You are called upon to do your justice in administering the justice of... Sorry, my brain's scattered. You are called upon to do your duty in administering the justice of Tyr's court, Thylendra. The church is grateful you answered the call. Your performance at the trial was truly amazing, Thylendra. A unanimous verdict. Such an overwhelming result will do much to quell any rumblings among the Lord's Alliance soldiers over the outcome of the trial. For your exemplary service, you have earned the undying gratitude of this Temple of Tyr. Please accept this token as a sign of my own appreciation of the spectacular job you have done in the service of Tyr. And she gave me 2,000 gold and a lot of experience points. Unsure is fucking up so badly you decided to quit for tonight. Ah, that's a shame. I mean, you can always go and grind some Path of Exile.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you, Thylendra?
Nope. I'll be going now. 'Cause it's time to level up, up, up. It's time to level up, 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 up. It's time to level up, 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 up. It's time to level up.
Yeah.
Level 13 cleric. Get another point of lore and another point of persuade, I think. But now, here's the good one. We have an extra second level spell. I'll prepare another Cure Moderate Wounds. We have another 4th level spell. Ooh. What does Hammer of the Gods do again? 2 casts, so it does 5d8 damage. And dazes for 1 to 6 rounds. That's pretty good. Turn something into a +4 weapon. You know what? I think I'm just gonna get another Cure Critical Wounds. Find something in Monster Hunter instead? Okay. You know yourself best. Now then. We are no longer preparing Summon Creature 6. What do we prepare instead of it? Blade Barrier was a bit of a fail. But I don't really see what else. So I think I am just going to prepare a third heal spell. Then level 7, 2 slots. Summon creature 7. What's it gonna bring us? A random huge elemental. So we're done with animals and now we're just summoning a huge elemental. Awesome. Greater Restoration is a level 7 spell? Jesus Christ. So heals the target to full. So I can use that as like a super heal if nothing else. Let's see what else is there. Word of Faith. A wave of divine energy blasts all enemy creatures within the area of effect. Okay. All enemies within the area are stunned for 1 round per 2 caster levels. I'm level 13, so that is 6 rounds. Those with 4 hit dice or less are killed instantly, and any hostile summoned creatures are returned to their home plane. Holy shit! And there's no save. Spell resistance applies, but under save it says none. I think we have a strong contender. I just want to see what the others do. Destruction. Target creature, that's single target? Yeah, single target. Target creature must make a fortitude save or die. If it succeeds on the save, it instead takes 10d6 points of damage. Oh my god, level 7 spells are sick. Alright, regenerate. Regenerate 6 hit points every round, for 1 round per caster level. I mean, that's not bad, but eh. Aura of Vitality. All allies within the area of effect receives a +4 bonus to Strength, Constitution, and Dexterity for 1 round per level. I think I like Word of Faith the best. Although Destruction was also very tempting. But Word of Faith just, still 24 hours? Yeah. Just stun everything, kill the minor stuff, and anything summoned fucks off. That seems really good. Now I am going to save, and then I am going to take a quick little break to go use the bathroom, but don't go anywhere, because I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Thank you for your patience. Did I rest? Did not rest yet. Rest up. I had a thought while I was in the bathroom. And the thought was maybe this dwarven blacksmith can do something about my bow. Important. I didn't know that. I don't have a 3rd edition Monsters Manual on hand anymore.
Hey, what?
This is an armor, blunt and crushing, magical, what the less common. Guess not.
Hello there.
Look at your inventory. Longbow +3. 8,000. I don't use it much, but it's nice to have when I do use it, so I'll buy it. It's a pretty solid gear upgrade. And I feel like now we're actually ready to start adventuring. We're gonna go up here to, was it the Coldwood? Yeah, I'm gonna start up in the Coldwood. Alright, let's do the thing.
Eh? What?
It's not what I wanted. This. That fire elemental isn't very huge. Oh. Fuck's sake. I didn't have my sword equipped. So Dark Flame failed on myself. Dark Fire, okay. Alright, it's a do-over. Good thing we're not on a timer or anything. Alright, it's off to the Coldwood we go. The Coldwood. Mythic levels in there? What is mythic levels? Is that just Pathfinder's version of epic levels?
Yes? Hello?
The session is prep time. I know you. You're Thalandra Oakenhop, right? You're that cleric that's working for Eren Gend, aren't you? How do you know my name? My name is Delva. I'm a scout working for Eren Gend. Before he sent me out, he mentioned that Thalandra Oakenhop, the hero who saved Neverwinter from the plague, was working for him now. He told me to keep an eye out for you and gave me a brief description of what you look like. Alright, why did Gend tell you to keep an eye out for me? Like Epic Destinies from 4E? Okay. Some time ago, Eren Gend sent me out to scout the Coldwood. He thought it might help you in your mission, if you had some advanced information about the area. This is the only path into the Coldwood, so I set up a little camp here to keep an eye out for you, and anyone else working for Eren who might pass my way. It's the only way I could be sure of you getting the information. What's the information? I'm afraid I didn't find anything about the words of power themselves. If I had, I would have reported that directly to Eren, pronto. I did stumble across some orc bandits, though. Had to watch my steps so they didn't find me spying on them. And I nearly stumbled over a strange magical portal in the forest. Tell me about the orc bandits. A few nights ago, I heard footsteps crashing through the undergrowth, so I darted into the trees. After all, I'm a scout, not a fighter. Turned out to be a couple orcs tromping around, grumbling about having to go out on patrol. Needless to say, I followed them. I followed them for a while, but they didn't lead me back to their camp. From what they were saying, I'm pretty sure their camp was somewhere here in Coldwood. Anything else? I gathered their leader was an orc named Voth. That helps, and it almost sounded as if they were planning a raid on the Lord's Alliance supply lines, though that's pretty ambitious for a group of simple bandits. If they are just a group of simple bandits. That sounds interesting, Aurelia. Not really anything else I can tell you. Alright, what about the portal? I was scouting around and I stumbled across a clearing filled with shimmering columns of dancing light. Not really what you'd expect to find in the middle of a forest. I don't know much about magic, but I am a tracker and I know about paths and hidden passages. I'm pretty sure those columns were marking a magical entrance to some wizard's tower or mage's lab. I haven't heard of any particular wizard who makes his home in Coldwood, so I imagine the portal leads to somewhere that hasn't been used in quite a while. You didn't go through the portal? I'm just a scout, Thalandra. I'm not about to start messing with powerful magic I don't understand. That's a job better left to adventurers like you. Oh, that's fair enough. To be honest, I doubt I could have gone through it anyway. Usually you need some type of activation word, a wardstone, or scroll to work those things. Where can I find this portal? That's the funny thing, Thalandra. I pride myself on being a great tracker. I never get lost. But I couldn't even begin to tell you where I stumbled across that portal. I must have triggered a spell to disorient me. Maybe there was some type of magical wards to keep me from remembering where the entrance was hidden. But the good news is that most of these protection wards are one-shot deals. If you manage to find the clearing with the glittering columns, you probably won't have to worry about the same thing happening to you. Alright, I'll be going now. As you wish, I shall remain here as per Eren's orders. If you have any questions regarding my explorations of the Coldwood, you can come speak to me again. Sword-filled corpse. You fuck this guy up. How many hit points do I have? 108. Arrow-filled corpse. There's just a corpse. Minus 40 magic bag. That's just getting sold.
I love this part!
Bunch of orcs. Oh, a whole bunch of orcs. I'm kind of disappointed that fire elemental isn't bigger. Like, this looks like a medium-sized fire elemental. You could maybe call it large, but really even that is a stretch. It's certainly not huge. Instead of calling it a huge fire elemental, what they should have done is call it a greater fire elemental. Because that doesn't necessarily imply any specific physical size, and then they could have done whatever they wanted with it. Without it feeling wrong. Neat little hack. Orc scouts. Now I really need more money. Oh, this looks like it could be an orc camp. Before we go in... Never mind.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Please cheer up, much more powerful. Oh, really? Well, point is, calling it huge is kind of dumb when it's not huge. Can we just take 2 seconds to catch our breath? Fully. Well, you know what? Let's just use this right away. Go. Oh, wow, arrows. Not those. Hey, you. Stab-a-gram. I wonder how many hit dice those orcs have. Y'all think they have 4 or less? I can just nuke the lot of them with Holy Word? Was it Holy Word it was called? Word of Faith. Yada 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 yada.
I love this part!
To make ghostly visage.
Me surrender! Me surrender! You not kill Vath, you let Vath live.
Give me one good reason I should let you live.
He got 300 gold on belt. You let Vath go, it be yours.
I think I'll just kill you and take your stuff anyway.
Then me gonna die fighting.
Should have pumped him for information. Conversation didn't quite go that way. Vath's head. Sure. I'm sure someone wants to be rid of this orc. Here. That looks unusual. This ornate dagger is chilled to the touch and radiates a powerful aura of malignant magic. The hilt bears an engraving of an elongated skull. Yeah. Has the stats of a regular dagger, but that is definitely no ordinary dagger. Lightning bullets. Poison goes here. Pocket halfling go! Ooh, greater restoration.
It's done.
No, fire elemental. Don't burn the chest. You might burn the stuff that's inside. Darts of stunning. Oh, there just isn't a space for the +1s anymore. I'll just use it. Tommy's a little roughed up anyway. 27 hit points off one healer's kit. Not bad. Vampire. For selling. How much is he missing? He's missing 15. You know what? Have a cure moderate. Missing 5. So just see if we can do right. Self. Minor wounds. Well, that seems to be the orc problem solved. Probably a good idea to save here. So I'm guessing these weren't just random orcs, these were sent by a King Ubald Many Eyes, Many Arrows, to disrupt the supply lines of his enemies. Orcs aren't known for their intelligence, but you don't become one of the mightiest orc leaders in recent history by being completely brain dead. There has to be at least some cunning there, so I think he would be smart enough to do that. Oh no! Angry bears! And there's an orc shooting at me. You guys take care of the bears, I'll deal with the orcs. And the spiders, and holy shit, what is all this crap? Ettercaps? Working with the orcs.
I can't carry this much.
Oh no, my strength! Spiders, they took away my strength. Oh my god, I'm kind of losing here. That dire bear is just fucking up my fire elemental. No? Oh, that went very different from expectations. Let me just have a look at this guy. C21. It only has 88 hit points, but still. There's a lot of damage, I suppose. Alright. Same fight. This time I'm going to take it just a little bit more seriously, actually use some of my spells. Man, those dire bears. Save on the bridge. Second time around, it was way easier. Tensor's Transformation is such a good spell. Tarkap Silk Gland. And I wasted my Battle Tide. Poisoned. I think something like that. Is there we go. All right, rocking the Gloomwood. Wizard Circle. Or Coldwood. Oh yeah, it was Coldwood, it wasn't Gloom. 10, that goes here. Let's go to the Wizard Circle first, because I know what I'm doing there. go. Cult leader's probably gonna have some information for me, right? Aha! Cultist Journal. This is the journal of a cult member. It details the search for the words of power. Excerpt. All glory to the coming queen of the old ones. Today I had to deal with a traitor in our midst. Jericho was walking beside me as I discussed the possibility of another foray into that cursed dungeon. She was behaving strangely, quiet and introspective. Suddenly she asked me if I thought what we were doing was right. I asked her what she meant, and she hesitantly replied that she was wondering if we should actually be serving the old ones. Coldwood knew blood that day. I had her stripped and tied between two of the trees. I whipped her myself until the flesh hung from her back in long strips. As I whipped her, she begged for forgiveness for her doubt. I was going to let her live, but then she cried out to Ilmata for release. As she muttered her prayer, I cut out her beating heart and burnt it in a sacrifice to the old ones. Charming. I mean, now I just feel bad for killing him. Can I rest? Yeah, I kind of went through a lot of my spell repertoire. Summon. Mental.
Eh? What can Tommy do for
Fuck's sake. Air elemental. Wonder what an air elemental can do. I'm not 100% sold on these elementals. I am slightly tempted to go back to my dire tiger. Ooh, what have we here? Werecats. These woods are dangerous for sure. Drops? Doesn't seem like it. Man, these woods suck. Glad I don't live near here. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't go out today. The werecats are prowling and the dire bears are on the loose. Jesus fuck. Does an elemental get scared? No. No. It is completely immune to mind-affecting spells. That is one of the big pluses with it. These things seem all that dangerous. Super tough even. Oh, one of them dropped something. 3 gold? Still gold. What they say, 3 inches still count? Well, 3 gold also still counts. Go. Should probably save before sticking my head in there.
Okay, dokie.
Don't break the door.
It's done.
Oh, look at that, air elementals. And a fire elemental. Oh, and it's a huge one! Oh, you're just going to not do the thing when I tell you to? There we go. Fire summoning chamber. This seems familiar. This kind of reminds me of one of the levels in the Mage's Tower. Willing to bet if I break that brazier, it's gonna stop spamming fire elementals. Oh, these things are hitting pretty hard. Joke reward. Okay. I think we're starting to see the shape of this dungeon, but that was a little rough. And we lost Tommy, so I'm gonna pop back, pick him up, and rest. So I'm curious to see how much it's going to cost this time. So it was 50, then it was 150? I wonder what it's going to be now. Hopefully not something ridiculous like 1,000. That would make me sad.
Eh? What can Tom...
Alright, hoping it's not too much. 400? Less than I feared, more than I'd hoped for. Ooh, a few remains. Potion of Cure Light Wounds. I'm not even gonna pick that up. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Okay, you guys go first, because I really don't like shadows. Here we go. I wonder how they'll react to a turn undead. There we go. I'll ease it up a little bit.
Bring it on!
Let's do another one. I have a ton thanks to this awesome shield I got. This really isn't working. Die already! This is almost comical. Please don't run into the hallway. Slod's tongue, I think I have enough of those. Don't have a lot of Rakshasa eyes, I think, so I'm gonna grab one of those. Now, Tommy, would you come over here and have a look at this chest?
Okay, dokie.
Look trap to you? No? Locked. An altar? Speed. Never use those. I have some. Or function of Wizard's Lab. Here. Files? No. That says, here we go, lab notes. These appear to be the lab notes of Cyril, the mage who created this laboratory. I believe I have at last unlocked the keys to creating the Staff of Command. As I suspect all along, the key ingredients were a Rakshasa's eye and a quartz crystal. However, determining the proper spell to cast on the components once they were combined in my laboratory was not as simple as I had at first assumed. My error came in looking for an obscure solution and missing the stunningly obvious answer right in front of me. Of course, the necessary spell to create a Staff of Command is Dominance. Must remember this valuable lesson. The most obvious solution is often the right, even when dealing with the arcane. Okay, sweet, but here's the thing. I can't cast that spell. So I can't make use of that knowledge and create myself a Staff of Command. Ooh, Ring of Melf? Melf's acid arrow once a day. If I could use it, I couldn't use the staff. Possibly not. Goes here. Save. There is like a tiny gnat flying around in front of me. Pissing me off. Do. Wolf command. Yeah, but no. Haven't invested into use magic device at all. Oh god.
It's done. Here comes Halfling Death!
Yeah, but remember, I can't give the rogue equipment. That doesn't work in this game. So I play that.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Oh.
Victory!
I'm not sure the expansion packs even have the same crafting. No. It mentioned there's a +8 version of the rapier. It didn't mention it was necessarily from crafting.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Honestly, I don't really care enough to write that recipe down, wait 6 months until I play Shadows of Undrentide, and then do it there just so I can have a Staff of Command. Look at that, the love of my life has returned.
I demand sustenance.
Okay. That's completely fair. This is a fine time anyway.
Yay!
So, Trinity's home and Trinity's hungry, and I am not the breadwinner in this family, just the cook. So we're gonna end it here for tonight as I go prepare hamburger patties, fried haricot verde, also known as green beans, and scalloped potatoes.